What's going on, YouTube? It's your girl Monique Nicole, and I am back with another video. Before we get started, honey, if you are new to my channel, please make sure you are subscribed. Go ahead and click the subscribe button down below. While you were at it, go ahead and click the thumbs up button to like this video. It is an easy and free way to help support my channel because I am still trying to grow. Say it with me, honey. Growth. All right, y'all. What's going on? Y'all miss me? Y'all miss me? Because I miss you guys. I am reporting live from my bed. Okay. I'm in the studio, but y'all, I is tired, baby. Today was a long day. It is a Monday, so y'all give me some grace. But I had to hop on. I was like, no, there's just too much going on. There's too much to discuss, and I do not want to procrastinate any further. So I said, let me just hop on, very impromptu. I didn't even give y'all a heads up, so I do apologize for that. For those who do not catch the live, honey, replay crew, y'all know what to do. Make sure y'all hit the like button and tap in with your girl. Okay, honey, boo boo kitty. We are here. Oh, my hair, y'all, is doing something weird. We are here this evening to discuss the Real Housewives of Potomac season 10 reunion. Last night wrapped up part 3, y'all. It's a lot to discuss, honey. It's a lot to discuss. Y'all come on in, come on in. Y'all come on in, come on in. So I have not been covering Potomac on my YouTube channel like I typically do, for multiple reasons. Just scheduling, my life, just everything I got going on. And then also, I'm gonna be very honest with you guys. I felt like this season started off very strong. It was very promising. And I feel like it just flatlined. And so I kind of lost motivation to even try. Oh, hey, Shayna Boo. I don't watch Potomac, but stopping by. You don't watch Potomac? I thought you watched Potomac. Why is that news to me? I don't know, sister girl. I don't know why I thought you watched the ladies in the Potomac, but thank you for always showing me love. I appreciate you, boo. I definitely appreciate you. Yes, y'all, come on in, hit that like button. Yes, so y'all, I felt like this season started off very strong, very promising. Of course, we felt the absence, sorry, of Miss Karen Huger, the Grand Dame, if we're still calling her that. We felt the presence, or I can't even talk, y'all. We felt her absence, but I felt like the first part of the season, the girls were giving us something. You know what I mean? We was getting a little something. And then I just felt like it flatlined. I felt like the storyline wasn't pushing the way it needed to. I felt like everything was really redundant. I just felt like it was the same old bullshit. It was kind of drying up. It was getting really dry. If we remember, the first few episodes or so was everybody, not really everybody, but a lot of the cast members harping on Stacey and Stacey's lies, and if she paid TJ, just it was a lot, right? It was a lot of dumping on Stacey, from Ashley and Giselle, and then it went to like picking on Angel, and then it just kind of like it was just, and then Kay was being annoying. It got annoying, y'all. So I didn't really cover it the way I normally do, but I had to come and hop on to talk about the reunion. I am going to mainly talk about part 3, but I am going to touch on a couple things that happened in part 1 and part 2. But you guys, I just watched it, and I have to tell you guys, I am sad. I am really sad and I'm worried about Wendy. I am very worried about Dr. Wendy. Um you guys, it really feels like Wendy it feels like Wendy and Eddie are guilty. Who am I? I'm no attorney, I'm no legal counsel or legal expert, but I'm just going off of the details of the case, the details of the charges, and I'm going off of Wendy's energy. I'm going off of her energy, her aura at the reunion, and I've never seen her look so defeated. It was really sad to watch. Um, I felt like she came very humble. I do not feel like she was defensive. I actually really expected a different Wendy. I thought Wendy was gonna come way more on guard, way more defensive, way more. I she. Ooh, I felt her pain. I know I'm jumping the gun. I'm gonna tell y'all right now. This was Eddie. This was Eddie's master plan. It's very clear. It's very clear that it was Eddie's master plan. And if you guys read the email exchange that they had, um, Eddie definitely spearheaded this situation and what items to put on the insurance claim. And it's just, ooh, I don't know, y'all. I'm a pause on the Wendy situation and the charges. I'm gonna touch on some other funny stuff because it got really heavy. It did get very heavy near the end of part three, and it was kind of hard. It was very sad to watch. But before we get to the sad stuff, let's go to some of the funny shit. Okay, let's see. I took some notes. Hold on. Let's see. Okay, let's talk about, baby. Let's talk about Angel and this Colorado trip. Let me pull up. Do I got a picture of Angel ass? And let me just give y'all my 1-2. Right? I feel like multiple things can be true at the same time. Right? I feel like Angel brought on some of the scrutiny upon herself for the way that she carried herself throughout the season. I also feel like the ladies did make it hard for her, but I also feel like she made it hard for herself. The way she, aligned heavily with Kay and how she would. How do I articulate this? I can't even find a damn picture of the girl at the reunion. But I feel like Angel brought some of it on herself, right? I feel like she heavily aligned with Kay. I felt like she did not always address things in the moment. Hell, even the next day or two, I feel like, the girls would have a conversation on Wednesday. They think it's fine. And then 2 weeks later, she bring it up again. Those things don't work on these shows, especially with these Potomac girls. They don't got time for that. Like, they're on to the next thing, on to the next one. And I feel like some of it was Angel. And then I do feel like some of it they did pick on her. You know what I mean? So it's just kind of like, but I'm sorry, that Colorado trip, the fucking Colorado trip was a hot ass mess. It was a fucking nightmare. And I feel like, when it was that scene when they were on the jet and they were ripping her a new one, yes, I feel like Giselle was mean and she took it far. But I also feel like, bitch, I would have been cussing you out too, possibly. Like, because I know how I am about accommodations. I know how I am about stuff. I can be very picky about shit. Like, I'm rational. I'm not like an asshole or a diva. I'm very rational about stuff. But we have to put in perspective that them bitches had no damn running water. We're women. We need running water. So I'm trying to, like, yes, I felt like Giselle was being a bitch. Yes, I felt like, bitch, you're not about to cuss me out on the private jet that I'm chartering. Your ass has probably never even been on a private jet, ho. But, but, hey, Lawrence Report, you said nightmare, a fucking nightmare. A nightmare. You know what I'm saying? So it's like on one hand, I felt like the ladies were ganging up on her, but at the same time, it's like, no, the optics were fucked up. I don't know what reality Angel was living in with that Colorado trip. First of all, you fucked up because how you gonna book the ladies to stay somewhere a fucking over an hour away from you? That's asinine. You know what I'm saying? So it's just, and then how you gonna split them up? Like, oh, some of y'all are staying with me, and the rest of y'all are staying here. And I feel like that would have been fine if where the ladies were staying was 10 minutes away, 15 minutes away. Okay, because we've seen it, right, where the girls go on these cash trips and they all can't stay in one house, so they'll stay in two different houses, or whatever, different rooms. We get that. When it's a hotel, they're in different rooms, obviously different suites, so we get it. But bitch, over an hour, the trip was poorly planned. It was poorly planned, and I feel like, yeah, Angel probably did need to get her ass cussed the fuck out. So I'm kind of in the middle, right? I don't think she's a victim, you know. I don't know. I don't know. So they got on Angel's ass about that, and she said, hindsight is 2020, and she would have done things differently. So that's the apology. We receive it. We're over it, but bitch, that was the worst cash trip in Housewives history. Okay, let's get into Wendy and Kay, because let me tug on Kay's wig real quick, baby. Kay, bitch. When I tell y'all, I would never, and it sucks because this is where it sucks, because in the world that I'm kind of coming into in this media shit, I had the pleasure of meeting Kay last year at the Housewives of Atlanta premiere party they had in Atlanta. So I have met Kay, and she is beautiful in person, and she is lovely, and we had a great conversation, and she was poised, and she was sweet, and she was all the things, right? We saw Kay. We've watched Kay for a couple seasons now, and I think as a fan base, as a collective, we were all in agreement that this season was a different Kay. This was not the same Kay that we had grown to love and like the last couple seasons. This Kay was more defensive. She was angry. She had a chip on her shoulder. She was picking a fight. It's just, I did not like the Kay that we saw this season. And I think collectively the fans felt the same way. Kay, I like you. I respect you. It was lovely meeting you, but honey, I gotta be fair. You pissed me the fuck off when it came to the bullshit drama between you and Wendy. The way Kay fabricated and lied about that situation with Wendy at that damn event and not saying hi to her. And so I think this was part two, right? Part two is Kay's segment or whatever, and the part with Wendy come up. So Kay gonna bring out a little picture of the room, and I'm looking like everybody was on, what the fuck is that? Andy was like, oh, small room. Wendy had the real receipt. Okay, shout out to Dr. Wendy. Wendy had the real receipt and was like, yeah, so when the episode aired, someone who I'm cool with, who was also at the event, they texted me and they were like, well, after watching tonight's episode, I'm really surprised about Kay's response, because look, I took this picture of you guys and you definitely hugged her and embraced her, and it was all love. And Wendy was like, see, and they put that photo on the screen, and what did we see? We saw Kay and Wendy giving each other a big ass hug. So I'm trying to understand, Kay, what the fuck is wrong with you? Because the way you was hooting, hollering, and acting like Wendy fucking gave you the cold shoulder and didn't acknowledge your presence. This is why when people tell me stuff, sometimes you got to take it with a grain of salt, because people will perpetuate stuff and play a game of telephone. And I just feel like I would never trust Kay. I feel like if I was in a group, this type of group with her, after this, I wouldn't trust her, because you went on a whole smear campaign all fucking season about how Wendy didn't acknowledge you. The bitch gave you a fucking hug. Like, literally, I just, that was really, I was dumbfounded when Wendy had that piece of evidence. So I feel like I'm team Wendy on that. Like, it feels like, bitch, it's like you was looking for a problem. Like, why did you want to beef with me this season? It was just, it was very, 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 very weird. I feel like Kay, I don't know if I could be friends with her. This is how she acts, because it's just like, she's the type of friend, it was like, oh, Monique, I saw you. You didn't speak to me, or you weren't as friendly as you normally is. Bitch, I could have been having a bad day. Like, Kay is not, she doesn't seem like she's the friend that gives grace, or like tries to, she is like, she doesn't try to think of other possibilities. She's gonna run to the worst case scenario and not give you a benefit of the doubt, and that would be a huge problem for me. So yeah, I was definitely side-eyeing Kay. Y'all let me know in the comments how y'all felt about that, and I'm just glad we can put that shit to bed. Let's talk about Jazzy and her desperate ass. Jazzy, my lord, today. So first of all, this ugly ass gown, I feel like, okay, boom, I feel like something like Jazzy's gown would have been more appropriate for the fucking Met Gala. If this was a Met Gala, this would have been cute, because the Met Gala be very extreme, it's very eccentric, it's very all the things. But for reunion, no, honey, I felt like the rose petals at the top were just team too fucking much. I felt like there was enough rose petals at the bottom of her dress. She didn't need all that. She looked a fucking hot ass mess. Let me pull on her wig real quick. Jazzy is a very desperate type of woman. Beautiful woman, very beautiful, and there's parts of her personality that I think I would enjoy, but I don't like thirsty people. I do not like people who crave attention. I don't like people who lie. I don't like people who fabricate stuff. I don't like people who secretly record phone calls. I don't like people who break up a happy home and then want to play on everyone's intelligence. First of all, Miss Jazzy, for you to even insinuate that Kay might have stole Greg from his previous wife is, it's really rich coming from you, seeing the way you got your man, seeing the fact that your man, who you were on and off with, allegedly had conceived 2 children with his ex, but somehow you was in the mix, and then somehow you got a ring on your finger, and the baby mama just gave birth a couple months prior. I'm trying to understand. It's so funny how quickly we forget, and we want to point the finger at other people when we allegedly broke up a happy home. Y'all don't remember how she was a humana last season when she was trying to explain her situation with her man? If y'all don't know, y'all should do y'all research. Google is free. It just takes a little swift Google search, y'all, and y'all will see it. So I just felt like it was really rich coming from Jazzy, her trying to call Kay out on something that we actually don't know to be true. But what we do know is, bitch, you was a mistress, ho, okay? And your nigga somehow conceived 2 children. Girl, bye. And she just every 2 seconds, I'm a wag, bitch. Your man is on the bench 90% of the time. Okay. Yes, he's on the New England Patriots, but the last time I checked, y'all got y'all ass whooped at the Super Bowl. Okay. So just all this, I'm a wag. Your man barely been in the NFL. He barely gets any play time. And all this, as a wag, as a bitch, you've been a wag for 5 minutes. you don't really have any room or merit to give anybody advice. So I just, and then the ladies called her out about how she secretly, like how she tells people they can confide in her and be, vulnerable with her, but then she secretly records the ladies, and multiple women on that stage confirmed it to be true. Stacy did, Wendy did, Kay did. So I'm sorry, Boo Boo Kitty. Everybody's not lying on you, Jazzy. It sucks because I do think Jazzy has a nice personality in some moments, and I do think she's a beautiful, beautiful woman. But I just think she's thirsty. She's desperate. She would do anything for clout, and she can't be trusted. So I'm glad the girls tugged on her wig a little bit. Let's move on. Okay, now we're gonna get to a real hot topic. We're gonna get to a real hot topic, but before we do, I see a lot of y'all showing me some love. I need y'all to show more love. Stop what you doing and hit the thumbs up button, okay? Because guess what? It helps put me and my channel into the algorithm, okay? The more likes I get, the more my video will be pushed into the YouTube algorithm, and I will get more viewership and possibly more subscribers. So please do me a grand favor and hit that like button. And if you're new and you like the vibe, please subscribe. Yes, that rhymed. I am so corny. Okay. All right, y'all. We gotta talk. We gotta talk about Miss Karen Huger, baby. Karen, I gotta pull on your wig a little bit, bitch. The grand dame, I gotta tug on your wig a little bit now. Okay, so Karen came on the scene with the gangsta lean. Beautiful, very beautiful. I'm gonna say right now, Karen is an old ass bitch. She is an old ass bitch. Whoever her glam squad and team is whoo. I will say for the last what? We're in 2026. Definitely the last 3 years, solid, without a shadow of the doubt. The last 3 to 4 years, Karen has had some amazing looks. I mean, top notch hair, makeup, outfits. Like whoever her team is, they really dress her. They do it in such a way. I feel like her team has mastered how to dress Karen, you know, age appropriate, but still very like trendy and young, but still age appropriate. So I just love that. I have to, I give credit where credit is due. I love Karen. You know what I'm saying? I've always been a huge fan of Karen. However, I also have always called her out on her stuff. I also see through her bullshit, but I still love Karen. I'm happy she's out of jail. I'm happy that she seems to be doing well. I'm happy that she is no longer in denial, okay? Karen was in denial for a very long time, honey, very long time. So I am extremely happy that she is taking accountability and is admitting that she had a substance abuse problem and is in recovery and is going to practice sobriety for the rest of her life. Now, it appears that she still has an issue or a hard time actually saying the words, I am an alcoholic or I was an alcoholic. And this is the thing, guys, I don't need her to say that. Like, I feel like right now we're playing a game of semantics. I don't need her to say that. I don't need Karen to say, hi, I'm Karen Huger and I'm an alcoholic. I don't need her to say that. I feel like she has said it in other ways. She has said, I had addiction to pills. I had a substance abuse issue. I'm practicing sobriety. I don't need her to say she's an alcoholic. And I don't feel like we should be judging her or pressuring her to say it. You know what I'm saying? It's like, one minute y'all want to say y'all are sensitive about addiction, but then y'all want to badger her for not saying the words, I'm an alcoholic. We don't need that from her. She needs to say that within herself. But I'm okay. I'm okay with her saying it in a roundabout way. I'm also okay with her finally admitting that she was in denial. You know what I'm saying? So listen, I watched a good portion of the one-on-one with Andy. Was I fully pleased? No, but by the end of it, I felt, somewhat satisfied. And then last month, I think she went, well, it was February. She went on the Sherry Shepherd show, and baby, if y'all didn't see the clip or the segment of Karen on Sherry Shepherd, y'all need to watch it. Sherry grilled the shit out of Karen. I'm talking about, baby, she wasn't letting up. Sherry Shepherd had her foot and her knee on Karen's neck. I mean, she was grilling her and she was asking them questions. And I felt like at first Karen was trying to be a little too cute with it. And when she saw that Sherry wasn't playing with her, I feel like that's when Karen got her act right and was being more vulnerable and taking accountability. And so, yeah, if y'all haven't seen it, I think y'all should go see it, honey. So yeah, the ladies, definitely have shown their support. Monique even got emotional and was saying, to know Karen is to know that she has her walls up over the years. And she was saying that after her parents died, you slowly but surely Karen's wall starting to come down. And so, Monique, we have to remember Monique and Karen have known each other for almost a decade, at this point. So they do have a real friendship, even off camera. And it's been that way for a long time. So it was moving. It was touching to see Monique get emotional. And yeah, I really do pray for Karen and her health and her sobriety, because addiction is really, it is a disease, and it's a terrible disease. And I still, even in 2026, I do not feel like, as a society, I do not feel like we are empathetic enough to addiction. I am just so thankful I don't have those problems. I got other problems, but I'm so thankful addiction is not one of them, because it really is it's a terrible disease that affects you, affects your loved ones. I mean, my God, not to damper the mood, but look what just happened with Mary Cosby and her son. Beyond tragic. 23 years old. Overdose. So I feel like as a society, we really have a lot more to learn about addiction, and, we could be a little bit more sympathetic to it. I mean, I think we're doing better now. God, I remember years and years ago when like Amy Winehouse died. Like, I remember people were insensitive as fuck back then too. And when she died, like what, 2012? Anyway, my point is, addiction, it's very real, and it affects more people than you know. So let's just always show grace and sympathy. Okay, honey bunches, we about to get into it. Let's get into Karen and Wendy. Ooh, I wish I had a side by side of them. Let me see if I can find one, y'all. Karen and Wendy. The tension was thick. So Karen and Wendy's issues kind of started at the end of last season, the very end of last season. It's like literally like the finale of last season, right? So let me remind y'all, and of course, Bravo, they did run the clip to remind us. So last season, right? This is Stacey's first season. So apparently, allegedly, I don't even know how this got triggered or what made Stacey bring it up. I don't even remember, y'all, because that was obviously like a year ago. But basically at the finale last year, Stacey was like, well, Karen told me that Wendy is, well, let me see, I'm paraphrasing, stuck up and obnoxious and self-centered. and isn't truly a girl's girl, and da da da. Just a lot of negative things, right? Allegedly. I feel like Karen probably did say something of the sort. Um Karen is upset at Wendy because she feels like Wendy automatically believed what Stacy said and did not give her benefit of the doubt and did not trust in their friendship. Okay. Then Wendy is upset because Karen, and it was unseen footage they showed. Wendy's upset because Karen, confronted her basically and was like, I feel some type of way because you just believe Stacy, you know what I'm saying? But when all the girls were saying your mama was a witch, I had your back. And then Wendy get upset and start crying like, for you to even say that, I didn't expect it. I'm like, Wendy, girl, in that fucking moment, Karen was not calling your mom a witch. She was basically saying, when dumb bitches was doing that, I had your back. Like, okay, I can't. Like, y'all both sound fucking stupid at this point. Like, it's just dumb. It's dumb. Now, I do understand more so Wendy's POV because it's like, bitch, you're mad at me. I'm being told you said nasty things behind my back. Okay, and you're mad at me because I didn't believe you right away, and then you throw shade at me when you made your little home video thinking everybody but me. I just, I felt like it was just handled poorly, right? I think they both played a part. I do think Karen was more in the wrong, but to me it's stupid, it's petty. I really feel like, given what they've both been through, I really think they should just squash it. I think Karen should let it go. I think Wendy should let it go. I really think they should just have a truce and let this shit go. Even though they were kind of going tit for tat and kind of arguing, I do feel like collectively at during part 3, Karen had her moments of being kind of sentimental towards Wendy, and Wendy did the same. So I do think there's love there. I just think it's stupid. I think this is something that we could just squash and just say, hey, bitch, let's just call a truce. It is what it is. It's not worth ending the friendship over. We got all this shit going on. You just came out of jail, bitch. I'm about to go in jail. So let's just call a truce, shall we? That's how I feel, right? Um, Woo! Let's get into when Karen was telling Wendy to shut the fuck up. Baby. Karen said, you talking too fucking much. You're talking way too much. You need to shut the fuck up. Um, I don't think Karen should have brought up, one thing I did agree with your mom is when she told you to shut the fuck up. I didn't like that because it was based off of a sensitive argument they had. It was a sensitive topic. But when she ran it back and she corrected herself and she was like, look, I spoke out of context. I want you to shut the fuck up because you're saying too much. And she reminded Wendy that everything you're saying right now, the legal system can use against you. So listen, when Andy asked her the question and in reference kind of, so Kay dumbass, she the reaching is, I don't know. Kay acts like the world revolves around her, and I hate people like that. Kay talking about some, I feel like because the reason why Wendy was, being that way towards me was because she was dealing with this behind the scenes. And Wendy was like, no, bitch. No, bitch. This literally was not even a thing. It wasn't on my radar until October 9th when the popo came to my door, ho. So Wendy go into a whole thing, right? She breaks it down. I don't know if she should have done this. So I kind of agree with Wendy, right? I kind of agree with Karen. Wendy gave a whole play by play. She said she was taking a nap. Eddie come to her, baby. The police are here. She run through the hallway, Are my kids okay? I get it. As a parent, I'm not a parent, but as a parent, I can understand it's the middle of the day on a random day and police come to your house. You're going to be thinking, oh my God, is my family okay? Are my children okay? Like, please don't come with bad news. So that I really do believe that was her first reaction. As a mother, I'm sure that was authentically her first reaction. I believe that. I actually believed everything Wendy said. The police come. Hey, you remember me? I was actually here. I was part of the initial investigation with the robbery. Wendy was like, oh, great. You found the burglars. Yes, lock them up. Popo was like, nah, boo boo kitty. There was no robbery. There was no burglary. We need y'all to come in with us. Clank, clank, clankety clank. That's pretty jarring. I'm gonna tell y'all right now, like I said earlier in the video, I don't know. I'm not a legal expert. I'm not a legal counsel. But what I read a couple months ago when all this shit hit the fan, the details about the email exchange between Wendy and Eddie by way of Eddie. Eddie saying in the emails allegedly, let me put my allegedly, hold on, y'all. I ain't got no money to be sued, bitch. Where's my little disclaimer? All comments made on this platform are alleged. Okay, so back to my rant. If y'all don't know, during the investigation, right? Part of the investigation, they discovered emails that Eddie sent Wendy. And in those emails, I'm paraphrasing, in those emails, it is documented in black and white ink that Eddie basically was like, hey, let's throw you got a couple Chanel bags. Let's go ahead and throw that in and add that into the claim. Okay. Basically, when you're filing an insurance claim, they are going to grill you and ask you X amount of questions. So if that was me and I tell the popo, I am missing 2 Chanel bags, a diamond ring, and a diamond necklace, they're going to document that and they're going to take my word as that's what I'm missing. I am in no circumstance am I supposed to be like, actually, it was 5 Chanel bags, 2 diamond necklaces, and 5 diamond. That's basically what they were doing, guys. And there is documented written proof of Eddie basically fabricating the claim and saying, hey, we can get more money if we added. And I just feel like you're a fucking attorney. You're supposed to be so smart. Why in the FUCK would you put that in writing? You guys are a husband and wife. You guys live together. Y'all could have discussed that in the fucking bedroom. Y'all could have discussed that privately, face to face. Why would you ever put that in writing and leave a paper trail? So, you know how they say people be book smart, but not like street smart or life smart? I definitely feel like that's Wendy and Eddie. This definitely was Eddie. I love that Bravo. Oh, this is not going to be good for their legal counsel. I love that Bravo did that flashback scene to last season when the girls were talking and Wendy was like, I don't pay the bills. I don't even know when this is due. I don't know how to pay my mortgage. I don't even know who to contact for this and that, which obviously points that Eddie was the one writing the checks. Eddie was the one taking care of all the finances, the bills, I'm sorry, you guys, if y'all don't know, like I was having a flashback to Housewives of New Jersey, Teresa Giudice, Joe Giudice. Y'all, I had a little flashback moment. If for those that know, I had a little flashback, and I mean, when Bravo brought that clip back up from last season, because I forgot all about that. I'm not gonna lie, I forgot all about that clip. Yeah, that that actually really kind of confirmed my suspicions about Eddie really spearheading this and being the ringleader in this entire scheme and plot. Um, and I'm also just remembering the last couple seasons, like Eddie would, whenever they would talk about things, Eddie was always saying, "Who got the money? You got the money? Who gonna pay for that? Who gonna pay for that?" You know what I'm saying? And at first, I really actually thought, um, just me thinking innocently, I really thought he was just a frugal man. You know what I mean? I'm thinking he like the daddy off of Everybody Hates Chris, just being frugal. Like, oh, that's 5 cents worth of butter. I'm thinking he was just being frugal. So now it does give the notion that they were having financial issues and maybe they were living above their meat. And I'm just trying to understand how. Don't get me wrong. I understand rich people got rich people bills, right? I understand that rich people got rich people bills. I understand culturally that Wendy more than likely was taking care of her mother. I understand culturally more than likely Eddie was sending money to his family and helping financially. I can believe that. I understand the reality is they have 3 children. They have 3 mouths to feed. That's 3 different kids who are in different activities. I get it. And we have to remember this isn't our lifestyle and our budget and our bills. This is those people bills. Their bills look a lot different than ours. You know what I'm saying? And that's not an excuse. It's just something to think about. However, under no circumstances should they have resorted to something like this. You know, I really loved the moment. I really loved the moment that Andy had with Wendy. It was a very emotional and sentimental moment. You can tell Andy really cares about Wendy. You can tell that Andy, like he said, you have always been an upstanding example on this show as a woman, who prides herself on education and hard work and family and culture. And, you know, we've grown to love you. We've grown to get to know you. And so this news is extremely shocking. Um, it's just, oh my God, like no one could have ever predicted something like this. I mean, I remember my jaw dropped when I read the headlines back in October. I could not believe it. I said, there's no fucking way someone as intelligent and poised and someone of Wendy's caliber would do some stupid fuck shit like this. Now, don't get me wrong. Do not get me wrong. I don't give a damn about no fucking insurance company. Cause them motherfuckers, they scheme and plot every damn day. Insurance is a scam, especially in America. I can't talk about other countries and in America, in the US of A, insurance is a fucking scam. All insurance. I think all insurance, damn sure, all insurance is a scam. Health insurance, auto insurance, car insurance, whatever insurance, house insurance, all the insurances is a scam. I'm not losing no fucking sleep. I'm not losing no sleep over no damn insurance company. Girl. I'm not. Doesn't make it right. I'm not saying it's right. I'm not losing no damn sleep. Okay? Let's not forget how a lot of us rallied around what's that Ouija Fiji? What's that man name that killed that Pow Pow that the insurance guy? I mean, let's not act like everybody was like, oh yeah. But now when Wendy and Eddie still a little something, a little 1-2 from the insurance people, now we want to hold their feet to the fire, baby. I could give two F's. The issue is Wendy and Eddie, y'all dumbasses got caught. You got caught. You guys are terrible criminals. Y'all had no business doing no dumb shit like this. Leave that shit to us regular citizens who are living off of a regular salary, okay? I'm not gonna have sympathy for you, my love, and you're making over 6 figures and stuff on Bravo. I'm not about to have sympathy for someone who was getting paid from John Hopkins University. I'm not gonna have sympathy from you and Eddie. Like, if it was us common folks, again, living off of our salary, shit. Okay, I understand. Do what you gotta do. But y'all had no business doing that stupid shit. Y'all had no business doing that. It was very low caliber, low brow for y'all. So yes, I'm gonna tug on y'all's wig a little bit. Do I feel like it's the worst thing in the world? Hell no. Do I feel like insurance companies are scams and schemes? Yes, but it doesn't make it right what they did. And it's just, what was it worth it? Like, look what it's cost you. You wanted to do a $500,000, damn near $500,000 insurance claim. Now look what it's costing you. Your life, your reputation, your freedom, your children, potential time away from your children. If you guys don't know what happened with Teresa Giudice and her husband when they was in some fucked up shit, guess what they did? They both were found guilty and they both had to do jail time. Now, because they had young children at the time, just like Eddie and Wendy. Guess what? If I'm not mistaken, yes, Teresa had to do a year in jail. I think she did about a year and some change in jail. She went to jail. Joe stayed with the kids. She came out of jail. Joe went in. And they deported his ass. So I'm gonna be honest. I don't know the legal system like that when it comes to things like this. I don't know if Eddie can just say, hey, y'all, it was all me, and just take the rap for it. I would hope, as a man, as a husband, I would hope he could do that, but I don't know if it's that simple. They're married and she was cooperating in it. So I don't know if it can be that easy, but it does not look good, guys. It does not look good. Wendy and Eddie are facing serious charges, multiple charges. And I'm very concerned for them. It really breaks my heart. Like, it really hurts. It really sucks. It really fucking sucks because I really like Eddie and Wendy. I love their family unit. I've grown to really like and enjoy them. And this is not okay. They have 3 very young children who need their parents. And they have built such a beautiful family unit with their kids. And it would really pain me to see them be in jail. I am hoping and praying that it could be maybe a house arrest situation, just due to the fact that their children are so small. But yeah, guys, it was a little tough, man. Like, and you could tell Andy really likes Wendy. Wendy's always been one of Andy's favorites. But it was tough. I will say that ending part, that line of questioning from Andy and him and Wendy really having that moment, and Wendy tearing up and crying and saying how She appreciates how Andy is always championed for her and how he gave her the biggest hug at BravoCon. And ay Dios mío. It's just what the fuck is this? Sorry, y'all. I just got an email and I'm trying to figure out. Oh shit, that's tomorrow. Sorry, y'all. This shit sucks. I'm very worried about Wendy. Very worried. Okay, so the episode wraps up, right? Hold on, let me I don't want to spend too much time on this. I gotta tug on Stacy's wig real quick. I gotta tug on Stacy's wig real quick. And I definitely have to have this yeah, I cannot end this video without tugging on Stacy's wig and really tugging on y'all's wig too as the fan base. Y'all do this thing, and I've noticed it the last few years with the new age fandom of Bravo and the Bravo celebrities. See, I'm used to old school housewives, and I'm going to tell you what I mean by that. I'm used to the days. Look, we've always had our favorites. We've always had our favorites. And there are people who are going to be team Nene to the day they die. It don't matter what Nene do. They're going to be team Kenya to the day they die. They're going to be team whoever, no matter what city. I understand that. But I feel like back in the day, like old school Bravo fans, when it came to Housewives, we would have our favorites, but we would still hold people accountable. And I feel like this new age fandom and fan base with Bravo, a lot of people do this thing where if they like someone, they just turned a blind eye to all their bullshit and their ways. And I don't like it. Y'all do it with Married to Medicine. Y'all do it with all the Housewives. I cannot do it. I just don't live my life that way. I don't have this blind, just like, it's just weird. I love Stacey. I have enjoyed Stacey from the beginning. Her very first, I mean, she's only been on 2 seasons, but her very first episode, I enjoyed Stacey. I thought she was a breath of fresh air. I thought she was bubbly. I think she is witty. I think she is just fun, quirky, and all the things. Okay, I love that she's resilient. I love that she doesn't take this shit so seriously. I love that Stacey can bounce back quick. I love that Stacey doesn't let these bitches phase her. I love it, but I don't fuck with that lying stuff. And y'all are just not about to, I'm not kissing nobody's ass. I don't care how much I like somebody. I can like you and I can still hold you accountable. Stacey is a fucking liar. And like a lot of the Stacey stans who are obsessed with her and like who are psychotic, they're just like, oh, it doesn't matter. Her lies are small. Her lies don't affect nobody. Well, we see that her lies are starting to actually get bigger and bigger, and it is starting to affect people. I just feel like Stacey, it gives pathological liar because she lies about shit that she doesn't need to lie about. Like, bitch, you're too old for that. I feel like when you get to a certain age, just own it. Just own your shit. Damn sure own it if it's a small ass little situation, like, bitch, because a person like Stacey, if you're gonna lie about some small shit, you're damn sure gonna lie about some big stuff. Like, if you're gonna lie about something small, you're gonna lie about something big. So I don't understand people's logic. Like, it's like y'all worship the ground that Stacey walks on. I do not understand that type of fandom. I never have, I never will. It's just like she can do no wrong in y'all's eyes. Y'all keep moving the goalposts. The line keeps on moving. Shout out to Candace. The line keeps moving. I love Stacey, but Stacey be full of shit. And it's gonna get annoying, and it is getting annoying. And that's why I'm so happy that Andy called her out in part 2. It was like, Stacey, there have been many housewives in the past who were fan favorites and they let the shit get to their head and then it was a crash and burn. I don't want to see that happen to you. Andy has been doing this for damn near 20 years, y'all. We got to remember, Andy has seen many come and many go. He has seen many rise and many falls. So I do see that happening. I think Stacey needs to take a little bit of humble pie, because people are only gonna take her lies but for so long. I don't understand why this bitch cannot just admit that she went on some dates with Chris Samuel. Who gives a damn? You don't owe Monique shit. You didn't know Monique when you was going on dates with him. So you don't owe her shit. So just own it, bitch. Be like, yeah, we went on a couple dates. It was casual, nothing serious. Great conversation, beautiful gowns, and that was it. I'm with my husband now. Next. Like, it's just so easy. Like, just keep it a buck, baby. I promise you, we don't care. We don't care, Stacey. Stop lying about dumb shit, and then you want to play with people's intelligence. Like, don't, that's gonna piss me clean off. That's why Wendy got so pissed off with her at the finale, because she's like, okay, girl, it's one thing to lie to these other bitches, but I'm actually your friend. I actually fuck with you in real life. Don't fucking lie to me, bitch. You can lie to them hoes, don't lie to me. So I understood why Wendy was so pissed at Stacey at the finale. It's just, I can't do it now, bitch. I can't do it, Stacey. I like you, bitch. Now you got lucky with that TJ situation, because look at fucking Kenya Moore, bitch. Kenya Moore went through it. The way Kenya's castmates and the fan base dragged Kenya for years, just off the insinuation that she paid Walter, or Walter and her came up with some agreement. For years, Kenya had to wear that scarlet letter. And the fact that Stacey was caught in the same shit, if not even worse, and was able to just wash her hands and she wasn't nailed to the cross for it, I'm like, bitch, y'all are lucky. Stacey, you're lucky, because it could have went. It's just too many fucking lies, bitch. It's just too many lies. Like, I literally, you could write a whole essay about the lies that Stacey is told. So I had to tug on Stacey's wig, but I always give credit where credit is due. I love when Stacey was giving it to Ashley. Listen, I like it. Stacey is quick. She's witty. She's funny. I love Stacey, but I also will call her out on her bullshit. Now, Ashley, fuck Ashley. I'm sick of Ashley. She's a mean ass bitch. She's a bitter ass bitch. She's a fake ass bitch. She's hypocritical. Now she want to say, oh, all me and Sharice's son did was kiss. Bitch, you're wrong. You are a fucking predator. And the fact that you have 2 sons absolutely disgusts me, because like Wendy said it perfectly. She said, if I met you as a child, I don't care if you're grown today, I'm always going to view you as a child. And that's how it's supposed to be. If I met you as a child, if I met you and you were 14, 15, motherfucker, I'm not about to make out with you when you 25. Like, that's just disgusting. It's gross. It's gross, but it's Ashley. The last segment, right? Bitch, the last segment was very sentimental, but bitch, I damn near gagged when Giselle was like, well, I'll give you an update since you guys didn't give me a package. First of all, Gizzard, how are you upset that they did not roll a package for you when you didn't give shit, my love? That's what happens when you don't share your life and you've been on a reality show for a decade. You had so much story. Now, I'm not going to say so much. I feel like they barely touched on it. And I get it, right? Some of it is production, some of it is editing, but bitch, let's talk about the fact that Giselle's, oh my God, Giselle's father, who passed away, which I am so sad about that. When y'all, I really enjoyed the years of watching, the few moments we got to see Giselle and her father. I thought they had a beautiful relationship. I thought he was a great man with a lot of history. He contributed a lot to Black history and all the things. To find out that the wife that Giselle is going to court over and is a white woman. How the fuck were you a civil rights? I don't want to say a leader. I'll say leader for lack of better words. How the fuck was you a civil rights leader and you married a white woman? A white woman who now is turned around and screwed over your daughter and your grandchildren, your granddaughters, who you literally would have done anything for. You had an amazing relationship, and it's really sad, you guys. And I want this let this be a cautionary tale to all of us. We need to have those tough conversations about about wills and trusts and what to do if I pass away. Like, those are very tough conversations, but I'm telling you, in the Black community, we do not have those enough. And that's why you hear the stories about people not being able to pay for so-and-so's funeral. And now you hear all these disputes after so-and-so died because there was no will and there was no this, and we fighting over this money and we fighting over this, and what Big Mama would have wanted, what Daddy would have wanted. This could have been fucking avoided. You know what I'm saying? Now I know this situation with Giselle is a little bit more complicated because she's alleging, I believe, that she thinks that the signature was forged, so I will say hers is a little more complex because I think the father did leave some type of written will, but it is sad. But my point is, Giselle had some nerve getting mad at them for not giving her a package, I guess, at the end. But I did enjoy the ladies kind of going around in a circle, because this is the 10th season. Potomac has been on for a decade now, which is amazing. I feel like Potomac was the little engine that could. I vividly remember when Potomac first aired and launched. Even a lot of Black people did not support Potomac. A lot of Black people felt like, and this is where I hate the colorism stuff in our own community. People were just like, oh, I don't want to see all those whitewashed women, and I don't want to see all those, why is it all light skin and one dark, a lot of those ignorant comments. I didn't feed into it. I said, I'm going to give it a fair chance. This is another all Black cast being added to the Bravo network. At that time we had Housewives of Atlanta and Married to Medicine. Married to Medicine, another show that I felt like never really got the credit it deserved and the viewership that it deserved. Quite as it's kept, Married to Medicine was better than Housewives of Atlanta for the last few years. So I always supported Potomac, and I told people, you got to give it a try. You got to give it a try. I instantly was hooked. And then damn sure by season 2, when they brought Monique on, I mean, Potomac, if y'all have not watched the first 4 seasons of Potomac, I am begging you to, because those first 4, I will say for sure, those first 4 seasons of Potomac were the golden years. You know how we love the golden years of Housewives of Atlanta? That's how I feel about Potomac. Those first 4 seasons were the golden years of Potomac. So as it being an all Black cast on a major network, I am very happy. The more I dive into my media career and working in entertainment and and the networking I'm doing and the people I'm working with, I'm really understanding more what goes into it. And it is no easy feat to be on air this long, especially as an all black cast. So shout out to Potomac. Shout out to the Housewives of Potomac, like Funky Dineva be saying. I'm very proud of these. I can't really give all these bitches credit because some of them ain't, Angel K. No. But I have to give credit to the current ladies and the ladies from the past. They really contributed a lot to Potomac, So yeah, guys, that's kind of it, baby. That's it. I need to look up. I don't know when they're going to decide Wendy and Eddie's fate. I don't know when the trial date is. I don't know. I'm really going to pray for them because I don't want to see them go to jail and their poor children. I don't know what to say, you guys. Let's just, I think this will forever change Wendy. I don't think she'll be the same. I'm not saying she won't recover from this or heal. It's just going to take some time. And again, we don't know what's going to happen. We don't know what's going to happen, y'all. So I'll stay on top of it. As updates come out, I will cover it. When the verdict is read for Wendy and Eddie, I will cover it. And yeah, that is a wrap on season 10 of Housewives of Potomac, y'all. What's today? Monday. I just realized I have an event to go to tomorrow after work. So I'm gonna no, I'm tripping. No, fuck. Yeah. Wednesday, I gotta come back on here. We gotta talk about Paradise, baby. Paradise. Bitch. Paradise is that show. If you guys are not watching Paradise on Hulu with Sterling K. Brown, please go watch it. Paradise. I'm gonna come to y'all. I'm gonna come to y'all Wednesday with a recap of Paradise. Yeah, because Thursday I gotta do that. Yeah, I'm about to be busy as fuck this weekend. Yep, Paradise, y'all. So stay tuned for that, y'all. Please. Y'all know I'm not the most consistent right now with YouTube due to several reasons. If y'all fuck with me, if y'all want to follow me, keep up with my personal life, my other content that I post on TikTok and Instagram, please make sure y'all follow your girl. It's scrolling at the bottom. My Instagram is _Monique_Nicole. I really welcome y'all to follow me. DM me. I respond back. I love chatting with my subscribers. Y'all be sending me stuff in the DMs. Y'all be keeping me in the loop. Shout out to DeMarcus and other people. So I appreciate y'all. So follow me on the IG. And then if you're on TikTok, if you're on the TikTok, I am Monique Nicole 94. Yeah, y'all. I even TikTok. I was doing really good. I was posting weekly for a minute and then I've been slacking. So I got y'all, I want to post about so much shit. Like if I could just hop on, if there are so many times during the day, y'all, where I just want to grab my phone and just hop on real quick, but I'm at work, I'm doing this, I need to make videos on I still gotta make a video on America's Next Top Model documentary. I did cover it a little bit on the Hot Topics, my last Hot Topics. Check it out. But I really want to do a deep dive. I need to make a little cute TikTok about traders. And I need to make a TikTok about Paradise. I'm overwhelmed, y'all. There's so much content. I'm balancing my personal content, like my TV and film content, my pop culture content, and my media content when I actually go on location and go to events and do coverage. So I am very overwhelmed. And I do need to put myself on some type of schedule. Because I don't think there's any other way to do it, right? Like I think when it comes to content and recording and stuff, I have to develop some type of calendar, because you can imagine kind of what I just said. You can imagine how it gets overwhelming, right? Yes, honey, you must watch Paradise. Okay, so you watched the first season. I'm assuming by your comment you watched the first season. Good. It's not too late to catch up. Season 2, season 2 premiered last week, right? February 23rd, and they dropped 3 episodes at once. Boom, boom, boom. So a lot of people just binged it. And I think they just dropped episode 4. I got to watch episode 4. But yes, it's amazing. It's such a good show. Oh my god, it's such a good show. Season 2 is so good. Can you please promise me that you will watch at least 2 episodes tomorrow? Look at me putting you on a timeline. Who am I? Girl, I need you to hurry up, boo. And make sure you follow me on my social media platforms. That's it. That's all I got. I love y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in. The numbers were good, but honey, boo boo kitty, I need to make sure y'all is liking the video now. Y'all don't make me beg now. God damn it. Don't make me beg. Y'all don't understand. This YouTube shit is crazy. Please like this video. When y'all like the video, y'all have no idea, bro, how that helps us. It literally helps boost our content into the algorithm. That means more people will stumble across my little old page, baby. I am a tiny YouTuber in a big C, okay? So I need all the help I can get, boo boo kitty. So if y'all like and support, please just show me a little love. Brighten up my day, why don't you? I can't watch this week since my hubby is so you on kid duty? Girl, if you don't, girl, I don't believe that. Come on, you gotta find a time. Girl, I don't want you to get too far behind, sis. But I understand adulting. I don't know how y'all do it. Like I'm not an adult. I'm assuming you have kids. That's why I said I don't know how y'all do it, baby. I'm gonna be one and done. Oh, are you saying that you can't watch it without him? That is so sweet. Is that what you please clarify before I end this video? Are you saying that you can't watch the show without him? Because that's y'all show y'all watch together. Is that what you're saying? Because if that's the case, that is so cute. Oh, okay, your kids are grown. Got it. You can't watch it because hubby is. That is so sweet. You are a good woman. You're a good woman, babe, because the way I would have been like, well, babe, let's compromise, babe. See, listen, I'm about compromise. I'm like, babe, you're leaving. I'm gonna be sad and lonely. Why don't we compromise? How about you let me watch the first 2 episodes without you, and then when you get back, we'll watch the next 2 episodes. That's just me. But you know what? I ain't married, honey. So do what you need to do for your marriage. Okay. Shoot, y'all need to teach the girls. Y'all need to teach the girls. Y'all need to be teaching the girls how to make these marriages last, honey. Okay. Okay. Okay, that's it, y'all. Because y'all see, I'll just keep talking. All right. I love y'all. Thank you guys for those that tuned in. I love you. I appreciate it. I do not take it for granted. I appreciate it greatly. And I appreciate it greatly. Y'all follow me on social media. I'll be back Wednesday to talk about Paradise. And what am I doing? Where my shit at? I love y'all. Where my stuff at? Okay. Love y'all. See y'all Wednesday. Bye.